Now, August 15th will mark 1 year since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan, seizing the capital of Kabul and toppling the then government of Ashraf Ghani. The year that went by has been rather harsh for Afghans, those who are in the country and those who had to leave their land. The US troop withdrawal from Afghanistan might have given the Taliban control, but did it accord the Taliban legitimacy? Now, lack of inclusivity and discrimination against women are reasons why the international community is yet to recognize the regime. Let's take a look at the year that has gone by and what lies ahead for Afghanistan.
This sums up the life and times of Afghanistan from August 15, 2021 up till now. Retribution, persecution, discrimination. The Taliban regime's policy make up for all that is wrong with the country today. The Taliban stormed back to power a year ago as the United States-led forces withdrew from the country, 2 decades after first removing the regime. President Ashraf Ghani fled to Abu Dhabi. Thousands of terrified Afghans and foreigners rushed to Kabul airport in a frenzied scramble to board the last flights out of the country. Foreign missions have shut down with only a few that have returned, and some like Pakistan, China stayed on. For those left back and nowhere to go, women and girls are the worst hit. The Taliban's regressive policies are taking the country back decades. Girls are being denied education, women disallowed from earning a living. It is back to the dark ages.
We have so many concerns. We are under pressure in every aspect. We cannot continue our education even if they allow us to study. They have pressurized us to dress up like this. We are facing so many challenges.
The Taliban rule from 1996 to 2001 has come to haunt everyone. Women who broke the rules sometimes suffered humiliation and public beatings by the Taliban's religious police under the group's strict interpretation of Islamic law. Despite condemnation by the international community and a heavy price to pay with frozen accounts and assets, the Taliban is unfazed. Activists are punished for raising their voice and minorities are scared for their lives.
It is natural that all these women have experienced threats in various ways. We still receive threatening calls. We were blacklisted. We were not allowed to leave the country. These threats are all expected for protesting women.
In May 2022, the Taliban ordered women to cover their faces in public, a return to their past hardliner decrees and an escalation of restrictions on girls and women. A decree from the group's supreme leader, Hibatullah Khunzada, said that if a woman did not cover her face outside home, her father or closest male relative would be visited and face potential prison or firing from the state jobs.
My message to the Taliban is to reopen schools for girls as soon as possible. I urge them to keep their word, and I request the international community to pressurize the Taliban to reopen our schools. We want to study.
With its finances dwindling, the Taliban is engaging major global stakeholders to stay afloat. Western nations, led by the United States, have frozen billions of dollars worth of Afghan banking assets that once formed the backbone of Afghanistan's economy. Deprived of aid, Afghanistan is thrown into a deep economic and humanitarian crisis. If that was not enough, the US has claimed that it killed Al-Qaeda's chief Al-Zawahiri in a CIA-led airstrike in the heart of Kabul, at the residence of top aide of the country's interior minister, Sirajuddin Haqqani. There are reports that Haqqani family members were also killed in the attack, raising questions about the Taliban's intent and pledge to not allow Afghan soil to be used by terrorists.
At my direction, the United States successfully concluded an airstrike in Kabul, Afghanistan that killed the emir of Al-Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri. Justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more.
The Taliban condemned the strike, but does not confirm al-Zawahiri's death, saying it was investigating the US claim. While talks at various levels are on in different formats, none has made real headway. At the Oslo meet, an all-male Taliban delegation met officials from the US and Europe to explore the possibility of providing aid directly to the Afghan people. International governments, particularly Washington, have said that the Taliban needs to change its course. The country has seen massive protests against the regime since the fall of Kabul. But with no international intervention, all these voices are being muzzled and their determination being turned to dust.